Hey everybody, Psycho here again. Now today we are going to be taking a look at this Husqvarna 120. This is a chainsaw I just got in on a trade and it needs a few things, so we're going to be fixing it up today. Stay tuned. So the first thing we're going to do is just kind of take a look at the whole chainsaw. So as I said, this is a Husqvarna 120 Mark II. This particular saw was made in 2020, so it's pretty well a brand new saw. It does need a couple things. One thing I noticed is he changed out the bar and the brake here is broke, so I assume he was probably using it. It fell, broke the handle, and then he took the chain and the bar and put it on a different saw and then put this old one on this to trade it off. So that is about all I've noticed. It does run very well. There's a sticker that's peeling there. That doesn't really matter, but so we're going to change this out, and I do happen to have another chainsaw. It's an Echo, and it has a Husqvarna blade, or bar rather, and a chain, so we're going to swap those out, and we'll get this running and see if it will cut and whatnot. So the first thing we're going to do is pull this bar off. It's a 13mm socket. We'll take this off. Now I've never ever changed one of these handles, so I'm not sure how much of a job it is, but I'm going to assume it's not too hard. Let me pull that off. Okay, one thing's for sure, we definitely want to get all that cleaned out before putting it back together. Holy shit, bye. Yeah, definitely want to clean that up. So there's the old bar. I'm not going to be using that for anything. Might put it on the Echo saw just for looks. Okay, so I assume it just slides onto there. Yeah, because I think that just slides on and it fits over, and I believe there's a screw right here, and then that's it. So, looks to be pretty simple. Now this is, I can't tell if that's a Torx or if that's an Allen key. But we're going to try a Torx bit right quick. Let's see what we got here. I'm just going to grab a bunch. Definitely not that one. Try one of these small ones now. Look at that. Hard to... I want to say it's this one. Whatever the hell this is, a 25. But it doesn't really want to stay there. However, we might be able to do something. Look out when he gets the vice grips. Might be able to get it this way. Yeah, see? Little backyard ingenuity. That's actually coming out pretty easily. Now this is definitely not the right way to do it, and these vice grips are all bent to hell. Let's try our needle nose. It is turning out, so if it's going to strip something, don't do it. Goes without saying, but this isn't in any danger of stripping. So there's the little screw, bolt, whatever. That just slides off like so. So they're obviously the right one, so should be just as simple as putting it back together. Hopefully, anyways. Now, I'm wondering if it should go the other way first. And I'm thinking that's probably there. Now, the big issue is that should... I'm trying to think, because when you push out, it locks, but there's nothing for it to hit there. You noticed? Like, I have another chainsaw. No, I do not. The hell are all my chainsaws? Okay, I don't have a chainsaw, but when you push out, it should lock the chain. Now, is there a certain thing that has to be clicked in? Is it this? Does that do it? That might be part of the deal there. I'm thinking it might be. And that's what gets it to lock out. Very cautious because I do not want to break this. But something tells me that has to do with it. Anyways, I'm gonna get this all cleaned up so I can have a better look at it, same as that, and we'll put it all back together. So I've took the handle back off because I want to get this all cleaned out first, and we're just going to use some compressed air. Alright, so we got the cover cleaned up. One thing I did notice while we were cleaning was it was missing this pin right here, this dowel pin. Now, because this was gone, this gear, I'm trying to show it here, was down farther and it was locked up for being engaged, and because you couldn't pivot it, it wouldn't come unlocked. So once the bar locked out, that was it, and I assume that he just reared on it, got pissed off, reared on it, and then snapped this handle off, which makes the most logical sense at this point. So anyways, I went back to the dealership. I tried to order this, 2-month back order. He said, well, we'll see if we got a spare cover, and luckily they had a spare cover, and even the sticker's in better condition. So they traded my old cover for this cover, straight trade. Didn't charge me anything. I thought that was really great on the dealer to do that. And yeah, so we got this ready to go on. Lastly, we need a bar and a chain, because I am not putting this old crappy one back on. But luckily I have this old Echo CS 4600. At least I think this is an Echo. And we have a decent Husky blade and a brand new chain. If it's not brand new, they've only cut a couple sticks with it, because there's not a mark on the teeth whatsoever, and it definitely hasn't been filed down. So, let's take this off and get it on the other saw. Maybe in the future, we'll do a video of this saw, getting it all cleaned up and putting on an actual Echo bar and such. Because it is a good running saw. I bought it for 50 bucks. One thing it does need is the kill switch. I assume it's probably just a broken wire. But it runs really great. Some fresh gas, and she fired right up. But she definitely needs a cleaning. There's our chain, and then there's our bar. Let's get that cleaned up and put on. So I cleaned up the bar a little bit. Looks pretty nice. I made sure to get all in here, get any crap out of that. So now we just need to put everything back together. If I can remember how this all goes. That looks good. So there's a little Torx bit screw for here. And I don't know if that was the right one for that. No, it's not. Anyways, I can tighten that up later. That's not a big deal. Next, throw on the bar. Set it there. The chain. Make sure you put the chain on right, because if you put it on backwards, it does not work. And you will look stupid, which is what I'm trying to avoid. Alright, so it's been a little bit of a struggle there, but I think I got it. Just going to tighten that up. That should be good now. Now I'm just going to tighten down these bolts on the side. Come on, girl. Oh. There. That should be it. The brake is working freely. Something I want to try first before we fire it up. I'm just going to put my gloves on so I don't cut my fingers. Now there's no oil on this bar, so it's going to be somewhat resistant. And if I lock it, she won't go nowhere. Perfect! I think we got a runner. Alright, so I think everything looks good. I think we are ready to fire it up and see what happens. Oh. Alright, so a couple things I've noticed after the first run. The brake does work now, which is nice. The other thing I noticed is it just flaps around. So I found out that we are missing a little spring and a cap that keeps pressure on this, that keeps this out. So I got that ordered. They were $3 a piece. I'll put that on when it shows up. The other thing I noticed, it didn't seem to run right. As far as power wise, it got jammed into the log or whatever, and it didn't want to cut through. I would just ruled it off that it's a 38cc saw and it doesn't have the power, but it should still go down through that. So, and the other thing I noticed is when I would hit the throttle, it hesitated. No, it shouldn't hesitate. It should be right there. So I'm going to assume either the spark plug is not that great, or there is a bunch of crap on the air filter. So that's what I'm going to check, because something's up like that. And then if the air filter or whatever is plugged, or the spark plug's fouled out, that's going to reduce the power. So it all kind of goes together. Alright, let's have a look. Okay. Dirt there. Oh, look at that. Hopefully you can see that on camera. That filter is, oh my god. That's probably the worst filter I've ever seen. Look at that. That is gummed up. How on earth did it get that bad? Holy, 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 holy. Alright, so we definitely know what the problem is. This filter is super plugged off with fine sawdust. And that would give us the hesitation that we are noticing. Alright. I do want to check the plug. It doesn't look bad on the outside. Let me guess, this is going to be one of those weird sizes. Of course. And of course, because that's like that, I need a deep socket, which I do not own. So, we will improvise. Okay, so there is a bunch of crap on the side, like you can tell it's been running rich. So I'm going to clean this up, put that back in, we're going to clean up this filter, and then we'll give her another go. So I got most of the heavy stuff off with the air compressor. I didn't want to go hard into the filter in case it would break and then I got to get a new filter. But it is a lot better than what it was. But I'm going to start, I want to take this off because I know there's still some crap there. And obviously if you're going to do the job, do it right. Now I don't know how these all come apart. This is all I can see. I'm sure I might have to look up the manual or something. Or we might be able to scrape all this off. Come here. Okay. So there's a bit of crap on that. Okay, well there you go. Don't know what you can see on camera, but where that bracket was, it's right nice and white and clean. And then look at how thick that is still after being cleaned up a bit. So there's still quite a bit of stuff there. And like I say, I don't know, you can see that the filter is sucked in quite a bit for where the engine is fighting with it. My oh my. To be honest, I might even be farther ahead just to go get a new filter, because that is, boys, oh boys. That just baffles me. I've never seen an air filter that bad on a brand new saw. 2 years. And it's this bad. Look at that. I'm still getting just chunks of fudge off of this. Whoa. That just blows my mind. Yeah, I mean, let's just show a comparison here. This is my go-to saw. This is my Steel MS 260, right? Pop that off. That filter hasn't been changed since I've owned it. I probably have owned this saw for about 10 years now. It has never been changed. All I do is just blow it off or whatever at the beginning of the season. And like I say, it doesn't even look close to what this other one is. So if that's 10 years old, that filter, and it looks, you know, half usable, what the hell is the excuse for this one? Now, with that said, I do have a brand new air filter I'm putting on that saw. I just haven't got around to doing it yet. But look. Unreal. Like, oh, hold on now. Can you? Oh, okay, that comes right out. Okay. Let's do that then. Haha. I wasn't sure if that was glued in or if that was one piece or what the deal was there. But now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to wash it. Put some soap or whatever, wash it, and then just kind of put a light dabbing of oil on it, and she should be good to go then. Alright, so I put some degreaser on the filter, and I think it came out pretty decent. Hell of a lot better than what it was with 3 inches of crud on it. Now, I don't know if these actually take oil or not. I don't know, so I'm just going to put it back in dry. If they do require oil, let me know in the comments. But it's easy to take it off and just spray it down later. But pretty simple filter system. I definitely prefer my steel design. It has more room to work. But this isn't bad. I mean, that's pretty damn good. Nice and clean. We'll give her another go and see if she hesitates now. Nah, still doesn't seem right. Alright, so it doesn't work any better. I thought that was going to work, I'm going to be honest. That was plugged off pretty bad. I did pull off the pull cord cover because I thought maybe the connection between the flywheel and the coil, maybe it was, you know, gummed up or corroded a little bit, but it's actually pretty clean, so that's not the issue. The only other thing I can think of, like with the plug, we cleaned it up, but this plug might not be any good right from the get-go. So if that's the case, a new plug, and if it fixes the problem, great, pretty simple. If not, then we got to start tuning the carburetor. I don't know how to tune these carburetors, so that's going to be a learning experience. I think what I'll do when I go up and get the pick up the parts for this, I'll grab a plug and then we'll try it again. And hopefully that fixes the problem. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2 of this, because this is enough for this one video. Anyways, if you enjoyed videos like this with chainsaws, like I say, we got lots more coming up. So if you enjoyed, comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for viewing.